Alrighty, let's go ahead and break this tasty lick down. So this is something that was actually inspired by the last Twitch recording that I did solo without Funan. And a lot of people were asking essentially how to use arpeggios and how to mix it up in your guitar playing. So I figured this would be kind of a cool run to kind of utilize your ascending kind of scale into an arpeggiated form right after. So what we have here is something in B minor. What you have is essentially like a Paul Gilbert 3-note per string kind of thing. So and I end right there, right? On that note. So if we were to break that down, like that note, in scale, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there, right? I have no tremolo, I'm looking for it. But have no fear, I'll pop it in right now. The magic of my tremolo. So on the sweep, I back down to the fifth into that descending minor arpeggio that we all know. Essentially, it's getting borrowed from the D minor chord. So you have, and then from there, we're going straight into the A minor kind of arpeggio, which is, and then I end it on the B as far as like the root, so in an octave. So basically what are we doing here? So a lot of people who don't know how to build an arpeggio, essentially it's 3 notes. You got the root, the third, and the fifth. So if we were breaking this down, so you got 1, 2, 3, so that note, 4, 5. So you get that kind of a 3-note triad. 1, 2, 3, 1, and then you got the right there, and right above it. So in sweeps, we basically break that down. So you have 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And it can be found all over, even in the so 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then your 1 again. That was throwing me off right there. So essentially, that's what I'm doing. I'm finding which note in the end of that scale, the fifth, and then I'm using the as my bridge point to anchor in a new sweep. So it's kind of cool. So if you wanted to play around with this, I know it's not in the tab, but you can go into the 2 other shapes in the arpeggio form. So you have this, and then I transition into it. So you can even start on that arpeggio. So if you go, see what I did there? I essentially, instead of going behind, I just went for the whole enchilada. And then let's say if you wanted to do the sweep from behind, right? Which would be right here. You can do that as well. So you can go, that was a little bit harder because you have that kind of Ingve pattern. So you can go, or you can do as far as like a Paul Gilbert kind of string skipping. But I hope that does help you out. So once again, I'm going to break this down slow, and then you can follow up with the same kind of arpeggio that I showed you, or you can mix it around in how you mix this up. So until then, we'll see you again in the next video. This is temporary housing right here, so you'll see me in my official apartment in the next episode that I'm in, which is 2 weeks from now. Shred on.